Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel for the first time. If you're new here, it is a very special Wednesday night live with Lady D here in Oracle of Delphi. I'm doing purple light tonight. I'm doing purple light. I haven't done the purple light in a long time. I tried red because it's, it was the day after the Blood Red Moon. Not so much. It was kind of crazy. It would probably give you a headache, even though red light therapy is good for you. So I just, before I came on briefly, I saw a video. I didn't watch it. I just saw the headline that I guess there's ground troops in Iraq. If anyone wants to confirm that that's true, that there's not Iraq, Iran, sorry. Not Iraq, Iran. Can you tell I grew up during the Gulf War and, yeah, during the Iraq War. And cheers in Slancha. This is ice water. Purified water. I believe, so let's, you know what, I'm already on X. So let me go to X and see if it's true. Let me see. I thought I saw something on Benny Johnson. I don't know. I thought I saw something. But anyways, it doesn't matter. We're not doing politics. But anyway, welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. Everyone was talking about the full Blood Red Moon Eclipse that we had last night. So I just wanted to know, did you sleep last night? Did you not sleep? How did you sleep? How did it affect you? It was very, very big. The planets have been really in alignment. We had that planet, we had that the end of an eclipse corridor. And then we had those planets that were in alignment on the 28th of February. So no sleep, huh? Yeah, no sleep. I actually slept. Yeah. So folks, we are, let's see what we're talking about tonight. And this is what we're talking about tonight. The full Blood Red Moon Eclipse. Now, I missed it. Of course, every day I get up really, really early. And a lot of times I get up in the middle of the night, 333, 222. And the one night that I wanted to get up and see the Blood Red Moon, because I'm not going to be able to see it for a really, really long time, I slept like I slept like a rock. All right. So now that this has happened, we're going to talk tonight about what to expect next. What can we expect now that we've had this Blood Red Moon? This has been written about in the Bible. This is not only biblical, it's astrological. Everything seems to be in alignment. And it seems that everything is coming to, I would say, an apex. It's coming to a head. The zit is coming to a head, and it's about to pop itself. We're coming to the climax of this movie, and it's really, really, I got to tell you, it's getting really intense. We have practically all of the Middle East is going after Iran. Okay, we have Saudi Arabia, the UAE, so many things going on. So we're going to talk about that tonight. But first, before we go any further, I'm going to share my screen and just going to go over some basic announcements. So if anyone wants to purchase any of my readings, whether they're email readings or whether they are live readings via phone, go underneath to the description of the show and you will see my Buy Me a Coffee link, and you go to the Buy Me, click on that link, and you go to the shop section right here. And I have past life mini readings via email, one question email readings. If you have a question and you don't have enough questions for a full reading, or if you just want one question, you want me to answer your question and then give you a general reading on all that I get on it. I don't channel. I have a clear, I'm a clear direct conduit to God and Yeshua through my higher self. Past life mini reading via email. I do one of your last past lives that's still pertinent and still kind of, let's say, impacting your current life. All of my email readings that I do for you, you get an audio file and a text file. That's the good thing about AI. There's also 1 hour tarot readings, 30-minute tarot readings, and 1 hour soul therapy session. That is spiritual counseling and coaching. And I do get downloads for you from God and Yeshua at the end. We do a little bit of reading with the counseling sessions. Now, this is very popular. I've been doing a lot of these last week. These are going to be made available until next week. I'm going to end these on Monday the 9th because then it technically won't be the beginning of March anymore. These are March prediction readings via email. You'll get an audio file and a text file if you're interested in that. Underneath the description of the show, I have a special link to that. I believe that's it. Soul Tribe Familia. Yes, yes, yes. So last night was 3-3. It's 3-3. All right. We all know that threes are very, very, the number 3 is very, very pertinent. I'm going to share my screen. I want to get a little information about the events of last night. So, as you all know, I am a subscriber of Vivid Earth by Anina Malherbe-Ian. She's a beautiful, wonderful lady. Good intel, good info. All right. So, Blood Moon Lunar Eclipse, the closing of the quarter. This happened last night. Let me know in the chat if you were able to see the Blood Red Moon. If you got up extra early, let me know in the chat. And also, if you are watching this in the replay, let me know in the comment section. Also, let me know in the comment section if you saw the Blood Red Moon, because it was only available at a certain amount of time, and how you slept last night. Very curious, and I will check the comments. Thank you very much. I like interaction during my lives, and this is a fun live. I'm just this is like very easy breezy kind of live. It's not one of my stressful lives where I have to answer questions or I have to go through my X account. This is just a very laid back, just having a little chill night with my Soul Tribe Familia. All right, so here we go. Blood Moon Lunar Eclipse, the closing of the quarter. This happened last night. A full blood lunar eclipse at 3:33. You can't make this shit up. 3:33 Pacific Standard Time on 3/3. This happened yesterday, obviously. In a year already marked by reset energy. 3 is not random. 3 is creation, expression, integration. The triangle, the most stable structure in geometry. The moment when duality finds resolution through a third force. 3 is the number of embodiment. This eclipse is not just about revelation. It is also about culmination. What began in the eclipse quarter now completes. Very profound. What has been building internally now reaches visibility. What has been whispering becomes undeniable. Blood moons do not create chaos. They illuminate emotional truth. And today's alignment, which was actually yesterday's, okay, because this was on her post. She posted this yesterday. So yesterday's alignment, 3:33 Pacific Standard Time. I believe that was 3:33 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. On 3/3, which is March 3rd, yesterday, is symbolic of alignment through awareness. Mind, body, spirit. Past, present, future. Inhale, pause, exhale. Breath itself is a trinity. Reset, release, and recalibrate. The corridor closes, but this is not an ending. It is integration. Eclipses accelerate, but integration stabilizes. Yesterday was not about dramatic action. It was about conscious observation. Now remember, just because the full moon, full red moon eclipse happened last night or yesterday, doesn't mean that the effects of it are over. As we know, a regular full moon affects us a couple of days before and after. So does this. Okay, so that's why I'm doing it tonight. I was going to do this last night. I was so wiped out. I was so fatigued, exhausted and zonked. I didn't have the energy to do it. So I'm doing it a day late. Okay, here we go. What fell away during this corridor? What fell away during this corridor? Think about what fell away, not just during this corridor, but what has fallen away over the past year. We remember that last year was the year of the snake. And what does a snake do? A snake sheds its skin. So many of us, me very, very specially included in this, many of us shed skin, lots of skin. We shed people, places, circumstances a lot last year. So what is it that fell away during this corridor? What is it that fell away during this past year or the past 6 months or even the past few months? What surfaced? What came to the surface? Did things come to the surface that you thought you already resolved? Did old pains, old traumas? Did you think about old circumstances, old people, old places, old jobs? What clarified? How different are you now from last year? What has surfaced since last year that has been clarified? This is energy and questions not just about this full moon, but also in the last year, because I notice that I tend to do this and all of my clients tend to do this. They compare themselves to other people and they feel that they haven't made progress, or they beat themselves up because they're not exactly where they want to be and they're not exactly with who they want to be with. However, think about how you've changed, how you've grown, not only in the last year, but in the last 6 months, the last few months, the last week, or during this full blood red moon eclipse, or during the past week with the eclipse corridor and the planetary alignment that happened on the 28th. How have you changed? How have you grown? 3 asks of yourself. Can you hold your center while transformation completes? In other words, can you stay grounded? The noise may continue externally, but internally something settles. So in other words, there's going to be chaos. There's going to be a shitstorm. The shit's going to hit the fan here in the US and globally very, very soon. Everything's coming to a head now, especially what's going on in Iran and with Epstein files, what's going on here in the US. So can you ground yourself? Can you be okay no matter what? These are questions you have to ask yourself and you need to be prepared for, because we know that before great change, there's great turbulence. Okay? We know that there's a tower moment before the beginning, a beginning. So, the noise may continue externally, but internally something settles. This is the power of 3. Clarity without force, completion without chaos, stability after exposure. This portal is not a doorway. It's a breath. Pause, reflect, Let go and trust. The quarter is closed, but now we build from what remains. And this is Anina. And if you haven't subscribed to Vivid Earth, I really like her channel. She's really nice. She's got some good stuff. Good stuff, folks. So, good questions to ask. Let me check in the chat. How you doing? How we doing? Are we doing good? We doing actually good. Are you doing well in the chat? You're doing well in the chat. Now, not only did we have a blood red moon, and we know that what's going on is not just a global war, and we're not just fighting evil. It's a spiritual war, and everything that's happened is biblical. Everything is aligning up planetarily, astrologically, astronomically, prophetically, biblically, and not only did we have a blood red full moon eclipse, I should say a full blood red lunar eclipse and full moon on March 3rd. We had Purim of 2026. So I'm going to share my screen. And we're going to find out a little information about Purim, 2026.
God places a blood red moon directly over the feast that celebrates sudden, complete reversal and rescue. The same God who turned Haman's day of death into life is still on the throne. One more layer that can't be ignored. The number 3 keeps appearing in this event. March 3rd, 2026, the third month on the third day. This is the third consecutive Purim in recent years to fall under a blood moon, and the peak of the eclipse is at 3:33 a.m. And in Scripture, 3 often points to divine completeness, the Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Resurrection on the third day, signs confirmed with 3 witnesses. Astronomically, the blood red color is caused by Rayleigh scattering. As the moon passes fully into Earth's umbral shadow, sunlight filters through our atmosphere, bending around the planet. All the blue and green light scatters out, leaving only the deep red wavelengths to illuminate the moon. The same reason sunrises and sunsets turn fiery red. God engineered that mechanism on day 4 of creation, precisely so the sign would be visible to every person on the night side of the planet, without any technology. Enoch was shown that in the days of lawlessness, the moon shall alter her order. On March 3, it does exactly that, slipping into shadow and emerging transformed. The sign is speaking in the only language every nation can read at once. This blood moon is not sent to manufacture fear.
All right, folks. So, could you guys watch that? Could you guys see that video? I was hoping you could see the video. I mean, could you hear it? So, Purim 2026. It's biblical. So much is going on. So, and I agree. This is, I just wanted to bring up a comment. I just wanted to bring up a comment from, and I agree. Okay, this is it. Shame, though, too bad we all couldn't have been enjoying this more and thriving rather than up to the bitter surviving after our work and being awake to sigh. Yes, I agree. I agree. It's really difficult. Us, you know, we light workers, we star seeds, whatever you want to call us. It's been a very, very hard road, because we not only have we had to worry about being awakened and dealing with the hard reality and the hard truths about, you know, what's been going on in the world. We've also had to deal with being shunned, being called crazy, being ostracized, losing friends, losing everything, losing family members, being alienated, being alone. I get it. It's awful. And then we have to deal with struggling to survive and not want to be a part of the 9 to 5, not want to be a part of the cabal, the machine, but still having to pay your bills. It's awful. And now we're in this in between. I get it with the careers. Yes, I get it. I get it with careers and everything. I get it. The bottom line, all I can tell you is that it hasn't been easy for anyone else. If it makes you feel better, we've all gone through it. The only thing I can say is that it's almost over, folks. It's almost over. If you can hold the line, if you could just hold on a little longer, trust me, I'm not patient, and trust me, I needed this done a long time ago too. But if you could just hold the line a little bit longer, I'm telling you, we are almost there. Look what's happening. Look what's happening. We're almost every psychic I watch and every psychic I know, and I'm friends with lots of psychics and mediums, they say that we're at the end of the movie. We're at the end. We're at the climax. So I know everyone's been saying this for a long time and everyone's been promised, oh, it's going to happen then. Like I said, I've tried not to give you dates because anyone that tells you it's going to happen at a certain time, it's bullshit. No one knows when it's going to happen. Okay. But it's going to happen. Trust me, it is. You've come this far. Don't give up right before the finish line's right there. Don't just sit there and just like let your legs fall in and sit down in the middle of the road and say, fuck it, right before you get to the end. Okay. Keep going. All right. And I'm here and I'm doing shows like this to inspire you. Because trust me, I've been there. I get there. I get discouraged too. One of the, and you guys will all understand this, one of the downfalls of being a psychic intuitive and being empathic is that you pick up everyone's shit. And it's hard for you, even when you do your clearing, your cleansing, and your protection, like I do in between all my readings. It's exhausting and it's hard. It's hard dealing with life. And you don't want to go out because everyone sucks. I get it. Trust me, I get it. I understand completely. So here we go. This was about yesterday on 3/3/2026 at 3:33 a.m. was the Blood Red Moon. It was also Purim, a Jewish holiday. Purim is a Jewish festival that celebrates deliverance from destruction. Very, very pertinent. Deliverance from destruction. Now, if the white hat military and the people behind Trump, if they didn't step in, if God and Yeshua and the divine powers that be, if all the heavenly hosts and God and his peeps did not step in, we certainly would have been destroyed. Our world would have been destroyed. The end would have been demonic destruction. We would have been eaten up alive by the demons. The survival of the Jewish people from a plot to wipe them out in Persia, Iran. Now, folks, you can't make this shit up. Okay? Purim is a Jewish holiday. Purim is a Jewish festival that celebrates deliverance from destruction. The survival of the Jewish people from a plot to wipe them out in Persia, Iran. What's going on now, folks? What's going on now? We are liberating the Iranian people, the beautiful Iranian people that weren't Muslim. It used to be called Persia. It was a beautiful, flourishing country. And then what happened? The Islamic Brotherhood got in and the Islamic State, the Muslims went in, took it over. Okay. And the rest is history. Everything is symbolic and predictable if you follow the pattern. The Iraq War also started on Purim. Now, what did I talk about? At the beginning of the show, I was talking about the Iraq War. That's not a coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences. Okay? So, we are in a war with Iran. We're in the process of freeing Iran, the Iranian people. Plus, we're fighting to get control of the stargates that are in Iran, the giant Nephilim or Anunnaki remains, whatever you want to call them. Also, there is ancient advanced technology from biblical times left from biblical people intergalactic star beings that is there. Okay? So that Stargate is now in the hands of the White Hat Alliance. And that Stargate is instrumental to our ascension. And it's now in our hands. Thank the Lord God. Thank the Lord God. Let's see what's going on here. And these were the planetary alignments on the 28th. I could see about 4 of the planets. All right, I want to also see what else I have in regards. I am going to do some readings, but I just wanted to give you some visuals. Under a blood moon, illusions crack. Secrets surface. Cycles complete. Bonds either deepen or sever, which is very much in the readings that I did the other night. And many of the readings, personal readings I did today. I did a lot of those March prediction readings. And yeah, I will tell you, either relationships are getting together or they're severing, or ties are being severed. That's what's going on right now. Everything is setting you up for the big push. Okay? Bonds either deepen or sever. This is not a manifestation moon. This is a reckoning moon. All right? This is the judgment card. Everything's coming to a head. You're coming to a crossroads, and you have to decide what your the trajectory of your life and how you want it to go. It's like shit or get off the pot time. This is now for the rest of your life, until you ascend, which is soon. Okay. The alignment of sun, earth, and moon creates tension, and tension creates clarity. It also creates a shitstorm. What has been quietly decaying in your life will soon feel louder. That's quite right here. That's quite a nice way to put it. Here we go. The alignment of sun, earth, and moon creates tension, and tension creates clarity. What has been quietly decaying in your life will feel louder. What is misaligned will feel heavier. Yep. What is real will remain standing, and the rest won't, folks. The rest won't, I'm telling you. So it's better to get rid of the dead weight now. All right? Because if you get directives, if God puts something on your heart to do something, and you don't want to do it because you don't want to face the consequences, or you're scared, or you don't want to deal with it, and God keeps on nudging you to do something, and you don't do it. When God does it, it's a tower moment. It's never pretty. It's never easy. It's literally God rips the rug from underneath you, and it's not pretty. So you're better off listening to God when God gives you a directive, when you get a nudge, something keeps on coming to your mind to do something, especially if it's not something that you would ordinarily do, if it doesn't make sense. Obviously, it's not something mean or rude or to harm anyone, but if you get this idea to all of a sudden go down and take a different path, or to go to the store, or to call this person and you normally wouldn't, listen to that. That's God speaking to you. Okay, here we go. The biblical significance of blood red. Is that big enough? I just want to make sure it's big. The biblical significance of blood moon lunar eclipse is no joke. It is a foreboding sign of intense tribulation and judgment. Look what's happening in the world. The evil ones, all the demonic cabal, they're all being judged. They're all being exposed, and they're being judged. All right? People are being heckled in the street and harassed. Okay, it is a foreboding sign of intense tribulation and judgment, in what could be described as a warning of the coming wrath of God in multiple scriptures. What did I tell you? This is biblical. Joel 2:31. The sun will be turned to darkness and the moon to blood before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. Woo, folks, look at that. Here we go. Revelation 6:12. And beheld, when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. There have been many, many earthquakes around the world. All right. Very telling for the times we are living in. We are close. Time to get right with God. Hallelujah. Absolutely. It is absolutely time to get right with God. Let's see what else we have for bookmarks here. I think that's done. All right, here we go. Lunar eclipses are 10 times stronger than a full moon and represent culmination, turning points, endings, as does Pisces, the last zodiac. So you may feel something in your life come to completion. And I'm a Pisces. Eclipses bring change. They also eclipse things out of your life. Expect fated change. They're all saying the same thing, change. It's a great time to eliminate old patterns, habits, and in a cathartic way that's not aggressive. There's strong, mutable energy. You'll be great at adapting to change. The eclipse in Mercury ruled. Truth could be coming to light around this time, even a new way of seeing things. Yes, I can attest to this. This is what's happening when I'm doing all my personal readings and when I'm doing all those March prediction readings. This is what I'm getting. Something could show you where you're not taking care of yourself or putting too much energy into perfectionism. Being hard on yourself, worrying too much, working, verging on burnout. Take time, focus on your health. Because Virgo is purification, and we're in Virgo now. Remember, nobody's perfect. And I love beautiful, isn't it? My birthday was last week too. My birthday was last Monday. All right, folks. So let's see. Joel, we already did that. I did the Joel. Super. Oh, here's another visual. I love all the beautiful visuals of you. Love all the news. Here we go. Here we go. Here's another one. Donald Trump was born on June 14th, 1946, the same day as a total lunar eclipse, often called the blood moon. Donald Trump was born on a blood moon. Can't make this shit up, folks. Can't make this shit up. There is no such thing as a coincidence. On March 3rd, another blood moon will occur at exactly 3:33 a.m. This already happened last night, yesterday. Notice the patterns, the third month, the third day, 3:33, all threes. And there's President Trump. Yep. All right, folks, I think I have all the information on. Yeah, I think we did all of that. Oh, here we go. One last one from Melissa Redpill. I love if you guys, I don't know if you, of course. Shit. Here we go. I think this is as big as it gets. Here we go. Melissa Redpill. And then I'm going to do some readings about what we can expect next. March 3rd, 2026 is the Purim Festival to celebrate the destruction of our enemies, a blood moon, the anniversary of the Insurrection Act that was signed on Purim. Okay? And the 1,335th day of Daniel prophecy, ? Blessed are those who come to, here we go, March 3rd, Purim Festival to celebrate the destruction of our enemies, blood moon. The 1,335th day of Daniel prophecy. Blessed are those who come to the 1,335 days. Insurrection Act of 1807, March 3rd, 1807. Melissa Red Pill is always a wealth of information. Absolutely. I think that's it, folks. And then we're going to get to the readings. Yep, that's it. Pretty much that's it. All right, folks. So now that we got a little background of what the energies are, the biblical references, all the coinky dinks, all the, let's say, numerology and everything, all the prophecies. Let's do a couple of tarot reads to figure out what we can expect, not only within the next few days, because now the energy is really hot. It just happened last night. And like I said earlier, whenever there is any type of celestial event or astrological event, or full moon, or anything like that, you always feel it a few days prior and after. So the energy is still hot and it's still very potent. So let's do a few readings. I just wanted to just ask what we can expect. First and foremost, a general reading. And then we'll do a little bit of, I'll ask in the different areas of our life, and we'll just keep on reading. You know, I don't want to be on too long because I'm going to be on Friday night. By the way, I am going to be doing a psychic live on Friday, but I just wanted to do a couple of readings to find out what we can expect generally, and maybe in the couple of different areas of our lives, and how this energy will affect us. Now, as I said before, this blood moon lunar eclipse energy is going to be really potent the next couple of days. However, we're going to feel it ongoing because it opened up an energy. It kind of opened up this energy, and this energy is on flowing, ever flowing. All right, so here we go. Let's do a general reading on what we can expect now that this blood red full moon eclipse has happened, how this will impact us between now and the end of the year. Okay, so kind of just a general how it can affect us between now and the end of the year. Okay, here we go. Actually, I don't want to do now and the end of the year. Let's do now and within the next week. How will this, let's say, this blood red moon eclipse energy, how it will affect us within the next week in the imminent future? Holy God, in the name of Yeshua, I'd like to do a collective tarot spread for those that are watching now or in the replay, for the collective. How will this full blood red moon eclipse energy affect anyone who's watching now or in the replay within the next few days to the next week and imminently? What can we expect in the near future in terms of energy, especially within the next few days to the next week? What say you, Holy Spirit of God, in the name of Yeshua the Christ? Oh, yeah, lots of turbulence. Five of Swords, lots of conflict. A lot of people are going to be mouthing off. Swords is a lot of communication and talk. So there's going to be miscommunication. There's going to be lots of quabbles, lots of fights, disagreements, people being sensible, not sensible, irrational, people being very, very sensitive, overly sensitive. Nine of Wands, it's all about standing your ground. Okay, this is pretty much confirming what we got with all those all the information we've said about this eclipse moon energy. It's all about bringing things out into the light. When things are brought out into the light, there's a lot of talking people. There's a lot of people that are going to be irritable. There's going to be fights. There's going to be people that are not happy. Five of Swords is struggle. I'm going to see if I can get a little closer here so you can see the cards. Hold on one second. There we go. This is so you can see the cards a little better, okay? So with the Five of Swords, it's all about, first of all, it's temporary. That's the good news. The bad news is that people are going to be moody and there's going to be disagreements, miscommunication. Now, also, to add fuel to the fire, Mercury is in retrograde until the 28th of this month, March. So it's even more going to be a shitstorm. Okay, there's going to be lots of fights, arguments, miscommunication, things going to be misplaced. People are going to be in bad moods, argumentative. All right. And people are going to have no filter. They're going to speak their truth and they're not going to care if they hurt people's feelings. So that's that energy. It's breaking through. It's no longer caring about people's feelings. It's just saying it, not mincing any words, not holding any punches, just going for it and just telling it like it is. But when that happens, there's disagreements, there's arguments, there's struggles. Okay. Now, it's going to be hard to not get caught up in this energy. Okay. So if you can, Nine of Wands is all about standing your ground. That means that if you are not in a good mood, don't go somewhere, even if people are, if it's expected of you. If you have even a commitment and you're tired or you don't feel well, stand your ground. It's all about protecting your energy, especially now, especially between now and the next few weeks. You really have to protect your energy because it's going to be crazy. It's going to be a roller coaster, and people are going to be nuts. There's going to be lots of exposures globally, politically, but not only that, in your personal life, you're going to find out things about people, either the good or bad or ugly. So stand your ground. Don't be afraid to say no. Don't be afraid to put up boundaries. Don't be afraid to end conversations or hang up the phone or not pick up the phone. Okay? The Moon card. What did I tell you? Mental illness is going to be off the charts. This is nothing and no one's going to be able to hide. You're going to see people's true colors and even colors that you didn't even know were there. Okay, there's going to be a rising of mental illness, rising of substance abuse, addictions. The Moon card is all about things that are shadowy, things that are disgusting, things that are shameful. So people are going, and also about mental illness, dark moods, and people are going to show their true colors. And there's going to be a lot of things done behind closed doors that are not very good. The dark is going to be working double time because they know that their day is up. Okay, they know that their day is up. So this is why, even more so, you need to put up boundaries and you need to put yourself first. Okay? Don't be afraid to put yourself first and stand your ground because people are going to be cray-cray. People are going to be cray-cray. They're going to be bitchy. All right? We're going to have major asshole overload and bitchy people, bitchy crazies. All right? The energies are going to be really intense and people aren't going to be able to hide. Usually, people that are assholes or bitchy people or demonic people or people that have attachments can put on a mask. They can put on a happy face. They can be fake, but the energy now is they can't hide. They can't hide. So just know that's what's going to happen. All right. Now, along with the bad, here we have the good. There are going to be those of us that are going to celebrate. All right. Because we got the Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands is a celebratory card. So just as you're going to see the bad people, you're going to also see the good people. People are going to start coming in line and they're starting to become who they meant to be. People are going to start to, let's say, merge with their higher selves. People like us that watch channels such as this. We've done our personal work. We've done our therapy. We've worked on ourselves. We've healed our inner child. We've healed our wounds and our traumas. So what's happening now is that we're coming together with our divine mates. We're going to be celebrating soon. We're going to be meeting people that are part of our soul tribe family. There's going to be gatherings and celebrations, marriages, proposal, divine mates coming together. And we're going to be celebrating soon. And people like us that are in the know, even though it's going to be a bumpy ride, we are going to be celebrating, because even though the shit's going to hit the fan, and even though it's going to be hard and people are going to go crazy and there's going to be a lot of crumbling and destruction, a lot of death, a lot of destruction and turmoil, it's not going to be pretty. We're going to celebrate because we're going to know it's the beginning of the end of the cabal. And very soon our lives are going to be very, very different. So there are going to be celebrations. This is also indicative of that all divine mates, twin flames, soulmates, whatever label you want to give your spiritual relationship, they are coming together now. Because as I said a million times, and I'll say it again, it's not just about coming together to make your romantic fantasies and needs and dreams come true. It's about you and your partner coming together, because you activate each other and you activate your personal ascensions. And then when you get together, all of you come together and you form all the twin flames, the divine mates, all of us come together and we form a grid around the world. And like that kind of 100th monkey effect, we help bring upon the mass ascension. Okay. Now we also got the Knight of Wands. So there's going to be lots of movement. There's going to be lots of impulsive action. People are not going to sit and like weigh the pros and cons. People are going to be very, very impulsive. It's going to be a very passionate, quick month. There's going to be lots of people that are moving, changing residences, changing jobs, changing their scenes, people going on vacation. The Knight of Wands is all about quick, passionate, impulsive moves, moving very quick. It's not, like I said, it's not weighing things down. It's not thinking and making decisions. It's impulsive, quick move. So there's going to be a lot of military, and there's going to be a lot of quick, impulsive movement with people in your personal lives. You're going to be acting like this, and collectively as a whole, there's going to be a lot of quick, impulsive people. Now, with the crazy nut bags, like the libtards and all the nut bags and the crazies, they're going to be making rash, impulsive decisions. So that's why you have to keep your head on a swivel. Really use your discernment. If something smells off or seems off, if you're getting your internal, if your gut is saying something's not right, going off, listen to it. Now is not the time to let your intellect override your intuition. You always go by your intuition. I'm going to pick one more card. Oh, and the star card. We're going to see and we're going to hear about first contact very, very soon. Now, I know there's already been talk about this. Obama let it slip during a podcast because they were trying to distract against the Epstein files, because we know he's very guilty. In fact, he's lawyered up. He's got about 9 criminal attorneys that he just obtained, okay, because he knows he's going down soon. And then President Trump, after people asked about Obama talking about that they're real aliens or ETs are real, but he's never seen any, which is bullshit. He's in contact with many, many reptilians, but he is one. But I digress. President Trump said he's going to disclose now. He was talking about it. So we very, very soon, our government is going to finally tell the truth. Now, there could be, I think they're going to maybe try to do Operation Bluebeam, but they're not going to be able to do it. And I'll tell you why, because we're on to them. And too many people know about Operation Bluebeam. Too many of us have actually had contact, have seen real live extraterrestrials, and have seen real ships, real UAPs, real spacecraft. We know how they work. We know how they operate. We know how they look like. We've seen Operation Bluebeam before with, let's say, you know what was Operation Bluebeam, and where they first tried to test it was the Phoenix Lights. The Phoenix Lights was Operation Bluebeam. That was their first public testing of it. Okay. So they're going to try to do it, but it's not going to work. However, we are going to see real disclosure, and very, very soon, all of these, and I'm going to say this, this now is the perfect time to bring up. I knew there was a reason. I knew there was a reason why I wanted to, God told me to put this photo tonight. Okay. This is what our planet, this is an artist rendering a meme of what our planet would look like if all of the extraterrestrials, all the galactics around our Earth right now would uncloak. Okay? So this is we're going to start to see this. They're going to start to uncloak. They're going to start to make themselves more and more visible because our government is getting very, very close to revealing everything. And we're going to have live extraterrestrials, live galactics land on television live and address the world. It's going to happen, folks. And I will also let you know that this is the 17th letter card. So we're going to be finding out who 17 is. They're going to let us know who 17 is, and there's going to be lots of reveals. Now, not only are we going to get the galactic, and they're going to let us know about that we've been in contact with extraterrestrials and had agreements and pacts and evil pacts. I mean, as if we don't know, we all know that we've all known for a long time what's been really going on, folks. I mean, come on. Everyone knows this, and everyone's seen them. Everyone has a camera in their hands now with cell phones. They're just going to put it on the up and up now. Okay, which is wonderful, which is fabulous. But we're also going to find out more about the 17th letter, that little organization. And some people that have been behind the scenes with that little 17th letter organization is also going to be, let's say, coming out into the open soon. Okay. Now, this isn't all going to happen right away. It's all leading up. Okay. We have to give, let's say, timing is very, there is no time on the other side. Everything's happening now. So we have to kind of give the timing with a grain of salt. But folks, it looks like after this full blood red moon eclipse and what's going on with Iran and the powers that be, it looks like big changes and extraterrestrial disclosure and exposure is coming. And the extraterrestrials are going to, the galactics are going to make themselves more and more known. Our governments and the governments around the world are going to disclose why they've been hiding, what they've been hiding. They have to disclose the extraterrestrial. I'm getting that. They have to disclose the extraterrestrials and the galactics and let them know that they've been working with them for a long time, since even like maybe before the 40s, even the 30s, because of the fact that if they're going to roll out the med beds and all this highly advanced technology, they have to let people know where they got this technology from, and they're going to let them know it was from the extraterrestrials. And they're going to finally tell us that the microwaves, our cell phones, all of this like leap in technology, especially around the 50s, it was like we went from nothing to like microwaves and stuff like that. They're going to let people know that it was all extraterrestrial technology. It wasn't just man's leap, because it was like all of a sudden we went to like nothing, like regular stoves to microwaves and all this like advanced technology. All right. Now, let's just keep on going and seeing what else. Now we did how this full blood red moon is going to affect us imminently within the next few weeks. Let's ask how this full blood red moon and this eclipse is going to affect us between, 6 months to the end of the year, like going further on. Let's ask. Here we go. Holy Spirit of God in Yeshua the Christ, We just did a reading in how this eclipse is going to affect us imminently within the next days to few weeks. How can we expect, what can we expect now that this eclipse has happened? How is it going to affect, let's say, the next 6 months to the end of this year, 2026? Anything we should, need, or would want to know, especially for the collective, anyone that's watching now or in the replay. How will it personally affect our lives? What say you, Holy Spirit of God and Yeshua the Christ? Oh, wow. It's going to be amazing. First of all, I'm getting that we are going to have some kind of relief in our money. I wish I could say when, but 9 of Pentacles is all about independence and wealth and luxury. So we are going to be completely independent in all areas in our life, but especially with the money. Because 9 of Pentacles is all about having wealth, so much wealth that she's living in the lap of luxury. And I'm getting, this is a complete sovereign and independent card. So we're going to have independence in all areas in our life, but especially in terms of money, debt, and taxes. Taxes are going to be no more by the end of the year. Debt is going to be no more by the end of the year. There is going to be a reevaluation and some sort of, I will say, income that's coming back to us, if whatever, whether it's the QFS or whatever you want to label it, because what's happening is that they have taken all the money that they've stolen from us. They did like an aggregate of, I'm getting an aggregate of how much they've stolen from us. They've taken it back. They've taken it from the cabal, and now they're going to give it back to the people. Quick, sudden change. Okay? Hold on to your hat. The next 4 months, I'm getting especially between now and July 4th and then July 4th after, hold on to your hats. After July 4th, it's going to be like lightning. We got the 8 of Wands. The 8 of Wands is rapid change, rapid movement. Folks, I know we've been waiting and waiting, and it feels like we've been waiting forever, and it feels like every day is Groundhog Day. You get up and you get on that same hamster wheel and nothing fucking changes. Well, I'm telling you, hold on to your hats. Enjoy the downtime. Rest and recuperate now, because, folks, I'm telling you, the last half of the year, from like July 4th on, is going to be quick, rapid action. We're going to see miracles, signs, and wonders. We're not going to believe our eyes. It's on. This is what we've been waiting for. Rapid change. We're going to see many, many things in the skies. Many, many extraterrestrial ships, many extraterrestrial sighting ships, and we're going to start to see miracles, signs, and wonders from God because of all the spiritual upgrades that are happening, and because the alliance now has access and has gained, let's say, the alliance. And like I said, one of the main reasons why they went into Iran too is because they needed to gain access to a Stargate in which the dark cabal, the demonics, the demons, they have been in control of that. And now that the alliance has control of it, we are on the path to quick ascension. Can't tell you exactly when, because no one knows, not even Yeshua. And if anyone gives you dates, they're lying, because no one knows. Ace of Cups is a whole new beginning. We are healing mind, body, and soul. Our spiritual gifts are going to come online. We're going to start to be more creative and artistic, doing the things that we love to do instead of just doing things because we're expected. We're going to come in line with our divine purpose and no longer work because we need money, and do the things that we love. We're not going to have jobs. We're going to have careers. Ace of Cups, all those that want divine mates, that have divine mates out there, they're going to come together. Those that are in your family, and there's been let's say, you've been broken up from your divine mate or separated from your divine mate. If you've been separated or there's been some kind of estrangement in someone in your family, there's going to be reunions. There's going to be I'm sorry's. There's going to be a lot of family reunions and a lot of people that are going to come to you and say, I'm sorry, you were right, I'm sorry. They're going to apologize, and there's going to be lots of amendment and reconciliation in all relationships, friendships, love relationships, familiar relationships, families, because the truth is going to come out, and people are already starting to get this because of the Epstein files. And folks, Representative Nancy Mace, she asked Hillary Clinton about frazzle drip on national television, folks. You can't make the shit up. It's all over the internet. It's even on the news. So the truth is coming out. It's all going to come out into the wash. And it's going to be healing. And this is so it's like a reunification of love. All the divine mates, as I said earlier, coming together, because it's all about not just about making our physical, our intimate and our romantic love fantasies and romantic dreams come true. It's also about coming together, because all divine mates, they have a divine purpose, and you're coming together to do the work of the Lord, the work that you came here to do. All divine mates come together and they have a divine purpose, and they come together to give back and to work on their soul's purpose. So you're all going to be working together, doing what you came here to do, doing what your soul's purpose, outliving your soul's contract, what you came here to do, not what you do for a living and do to make money. All right? 8 of Cups, we are walking away from everything that no longer serves us, walking away from slavery, walking away from 9-to-5 jobs, walking away from poverty, walking away from disempowerment. We are walking away from everything, not just personally in our personal lives, people, places, and things, but also globally. Huge, huge change. Folks, we are finally going to come out of those very cramped, dark, uncomfortable, and painful at times fucking cocoons. We're coming out of the cocoons. We're coming out of the chrysalis, and we're finally going to fucking fly like butterflies. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. And we got the Hierophant. The Hierophant is all about letting go of spiritual traditions and patriarchal control. The Hierophant is letting go of all the traditional faiths and traditional religion. People are going to find out the truth about religion. And we're going to go from more traditional parochial religion based on control, the religion that, what happens when God leaves the building, and we're going to be more on a spiritual path. And you want to know why? Because the truth is going to come out, because the galactics, the extraterrestrials are going to come down and show us, because all the technology, all the biblical remains, the giants, they're going to show us the truth. They're going to let us know about Tartaria and Lemuria and Atlantis and all the other ancient societies that they hid from us and they lied. They're going to show us about all the lost books in the Bible, especially read the book of Enoch, because the book of Enoch is true. They're going to tell us why all those books have been taken out of the Bible, because they're true. They're going to tell us the truth about everything. We're going to get finally the real history. And because of that, religion is done. Because we don't need a middleman. We have a direct connection to God through our higher selves, because we have God living with us and within us. We have divine DNA. We are sons and daughters of the divine. We are children of God, and our divine DNA comes online, and we don't need dogma. We don't need a middleman. We are divine beings. We are children of God, and we are finally going to embrace our power and who we are. No more lies. 8 of Pentacles. We're going to be in a very good position by the end of the year. We're going to have money. And I'm also getting to that, the powers that be that are working at our ascension, that are trying to help us. the creme de la creme. We're going to get, it's almost like we're going to get, now, the extraterrestrials and the galactics in the past, they've come down and people have worshiped them and treated them like gods. And that's why a lot of ascensions have been thwarted in the past. What they're going to do is they're going to mentor us. Like humanity is finally going to openly, because we know secretly there's been a secret space program, but we're going to be a part of the galactic community in the Galactic Federation of Worlds. Excuse me. That's confirmation. We're going to be a part of the Galactic Federation openly, and we're going to be mentored by many of the highly advanced spiritual beings. These are fifth, sixth, and highly dimensional beings, like fifth dimensional beings, let's say higher dimensional beings that they don't know jealousy, they don't know war, they don't know anger, they don't know death. They are just, and what they're going to do is they're going to counsel us. And it's going to be beautiful. And we are all going to get spiritual upgrades. And we're all going to work together in unity. I'm getting this, there's going to be no more division. There's not going to be no more black, white, Jewish, Christian. There's no more division. We're going to come together as humanity, as brothers and sisters in Christ and in God. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. Yep. And we got the Judgment card. Okay. The Judgment card is all about making a choice. Making a choice. The Judgment card is, so it's like the wake-up call. So between now and the end of the year, we're going to have a big judgment, a wake-up call. It's going to be a mass awakening. A mass awakening. Okay? The Judgment card, pretty self-sufficient. The trumpets, the mass awakening. So the mass awakening is happening this year. Those that are sleepers, those that you thought would never wake up are going to wake up because the truth is coming out. The good, the bad, and the ugly. No more hiding. We're going to see arrest. We're going to know the truth. The judgment is happening. Woo-hoo, woo-hoo. I love it. The big wake-up call. The truth is coming out. Mass judgment. I'm getting like, there's divine judgment, and a lot of people have already had their judgment, like all the people that have went to Gitmo already. But I'm getting that there's going to be the global judgment and the worldly judgment, and a huge wake-up call, both in our personal lives. Okay, we're going to get huge wake-up calls in our personal lives. A lot of people that we thought are for us or are going to be against us. But I'm getting mostly it's the people that are the sleepers, the sheeples, the people in our lives that thinks that we're crazy, that we're conspiracy theorists. They're going to get a huge rude awakening, And that's when what's going to happen is you're going to get the I'm sorry's, you were right. Can you tell me more? What is it that you're going to know? What is it that you know? And people are going to start coming to you and asking you for intel, asking you what's going on, because they're going to be confused, and they're going to know that you actually were in the know and you weren't crazy all along. Beautiful, beautiful. I love it. I love it. All right. So before we go, I'm just going to pick one oracle card, 2 oracle cards as to any advice or anything that we should know about the full blood red moon and what to expect in our near future. But more importantly, this is going to give us advice on how to best utilize this blood red moon eclipse energy in the near future. So Holy God, in the name of Yeshua, do you have any advice on how we can best use this blood red moon eclipse energy in the near future? What say you, Holy Spirit of God, and Yeshua the Christ? And folks, please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Life's purpose. All right, so here we go. Work on your life's purpose. Now, I know what you're going to say. I don't have the money. I don't have the time. I don't have the connections. I don't have the education. Do what you can. Take baby steps. Go in your room. Write out a plan. Write out what you want to do. Start looking at real estate, even if you can't afford it. Start looking for loans, even if you think you don't have the credit. Start talking about it. Start writing it out. Start imagining it. Start taking classes. Start talking to people. Start brainstorming. Start networking. Make your business plan. Because if you have a desire, it's divine. Every desire is divine as long as it's not a desire to hurt somebody or to steal or do anything mean or unethical. Your desire is divine. And if God gave you that desire, God will make sure it unfolds. God will make sure your desire is fulfilled. And he will bring about the fulfillment of your desire. He will bring the funding, the people, the education, whatever it is that you need. God will make it happen. All you have to do is focus on it. Know it's done. God will show you the way. Don't do things out of desperation. Only move and only do things when you are divinely inspired. Don't do things because they're expected of you or you should. Do things when you're inspired, and that's when you'll be at the right place at the right time. That's when God works his magic. There'll be like all of a sudden there will be serendipity, and you'll happen to be at the right place at the right time, or you'll meet the right person, or somebody will reach out to you. Your life's purpose was given to you by God. So focus on your life's purpose, even if it seems like it's crazy, like there's no way it's going to happen. Don't limit yourself. God is the ruler of the universe. God created the universe. Don't limit God by seeing limitations in yourself. With God in yourself, all is possible. God will make a way when there is no way. God is all powerful, all knowing, all present, omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent. So don't limit God with your life's purpose. Know that if God has it written, there's nothing that can stop it. You can't stop what's coming, and even in your personal life and even in your life purpose, okay? So just focus on it. Do what you can do. Write about it. Focus on it. Daydream about it, whatever it takes, because your life's purpose is coming into line. And that's why all the divine mates, the twin flames, the soul mates are coming together as well. And that's why many people are breaking up, because you can't be with your divine mate if you're with the wrong mate, right? All right, here we go. The last card of the evening, and then we're going to call it a night. Holy God, in the name of Yeshua, what else? What other messages do you have for the divine collective, for the soul tribe collective that will watch now in the replay? What else did you have to let us know about how to best take advantage of this full blood red moon eclipse energy, or what to expect? What say you, Holy Spirit, in Yeshua the Christ? All right. It's all about. Okay. So we got two cards. We got the golden mirror, narcissist, and the picture. Folks, we have to let go of the narcissists in our life. Okay. The covert narcissists. So if there's any self-centered bastards, any narcissists in our family, in our circle, people that put themselves first, that are one-sided, self-absorbed, I'm getting that it's time to walk away from it, because the picture is all about making new memories, looking, missing you, and nostalgia. This means walking away from all the self-centered bastards in our life, making new memories. Okay? Because the picture is all about looking at pictures, missing you, nostalgia, making new memories. So it's all about walking away from the narcissists in our life, because let's face it, narcissism is demonic. It's an attachment. And a lot of us put up with covert narcissism, self-centered people in our families, in our personal relationships, in our marriages, our children, our work environments. And I'm getting that no more. I'm going to pick one more because this is such a heavy topic. Anything else in terms of this narcissism and walking away? Anything else you want us to know? Oh. Okay, so I'm getting that once You decide to walk away and no longer put up with the narcissists in your life and in our lives, then the party begins. Then the celebrations begin. It's like these people that we're holding on to because we don't want to hurt people's feelings. We want people in our family. We don't want to cause tension in the family. We don't want to cause rifts. What happened is that they're sucking our energy. They're like psychic vampires. And as long it's like okay, I used this analogy earlier today when I was talking on the phone to Kate, and I'm going to use it again. We can't flow with the stream if we're tethered and anchored when we're anchored. All right. When you have your anchor down, you can't go with the flow. You can't go and let the tide take you to where you need to be, to your destination. When you're tethered to that energy, narcissism and selfish energy is demonic. It's attachments, whether it's a little bit or a lot. So I'm not saying, you have to do what's best for you, but you need to find a way to, if you can't sever ties with these people because you need to you need to share space with them, you need to live with them, you need to work with them, they're in your family, they're your children. Set boundaries. Don't take any shit. Set boundaries. Be assertive and stick up for yourself and limit your time with them. Limit your time with them and only spend time with them when you have to, and don't take any shit. Because if you stick up for yourself, you got the partying, which is time with friends, having fun, living in the moment. And for those that are breaking up, you're going to be happily single. If those have been in long-term relationships and you've been smothered and you're finally getting out of long-term bad, toxic, or marriages or long-term relationships, there's going to be partying. We're going to be partying. We're going to be spending time with people. Very, very soon, we're all going to get together, and we're finally, once the shit hits the fan and the dust settles, we're going to finally have parties and get together. We're going to, after being hermited and after being isolated, we're going to get together with people and have fun and party. I love it. I love it, because I don't know about you. I'm okay being alone. I actually prefer being alone because I can't take a lot of energy, and the only way to really control your energy is to be alone. And I read people. I'm very busy and I do lots of readings all day long, and it's very draining and it takes a lot out of me. And so, when you're psychic and you're intuitive like I am, and if you're watching this show, you have your own psychic, intuitive, empathic abilities to one degree or other. I'm not special. And so I actually prefer spending time alone, because I can't take society, especially the craziness in society now. People are fucking nuts and people are dumb and they're sheeples. However, I get lonely. So it's going to be good to be able to branch out and finally get out and party. And we are going to celebrate this July 4th. Is going to be the 250th anniversary of the United States. And this is going to be the first July 4th that we're actually free from British royal rule. Not just the illusion of freedom. Okay, this is the first July 4th that we're actually going to be free. So the party is going to be fucking epic, and I can't wait. And I'm getting that it's not just going to be a party here in the United States, because it's going to be a worldwide party. Because the United States and what's going on here, when we become free, the dominoes are going to fall, and the whole world, we're going to help the whole world become free through Donald Trump, who is the front man to the White Hat Alliance. We know it's not Donald Trump. It's the people backing him. God's David. I love it. Woo! All right, my soul tribe familia. I'm going to be on Friday night doing psychic tarot readings. So bring your questions if you want a general reading or if you have a specific question. I'll be doing the thumbnail tomorrow, so I'll be doing the psychic live on Friday. So until then, please like, share, and subscribe. And if any of these readings resonated with you, if you want to let me know about your experiences with the full blood red moon and the eclipse and your sleep, please let me know in the comment section. I love you so much. God bless you. And don't give up. You're almost there. All right? We are awesome. You are a child of God. Act like it. You rule. Bye.